victim to keep the slave master chasing. Yeah.
All right then. Greetings, Hotep Akwaba, bless up. Welcome, Black, to the Recovery Room of Racism Non-Anonymous for this another episode in Abana's world and another meeting of Racism Non-Anonymous. I am Abana. I am a victim of racism. I am also a recovering African who is enslaved in America. I'm also true to the cause of African liberation via unification and utilizing the tool of healthy and effective communication. I want to talk today about secrets and exposing secrets and externalizing the shit or stinky poo that is consistent with secrets. You know, it's kind of like airing dirty laundry. Another cliche phrase that is used to describe this process would be pulling out the skeletons that are in the closet. You know, exposing shit and exposing shit that people prefer you to keep secret. And it is important for me to talk about this at this time for, many reasons. In working a program of recovery, we certainly recognize in this 12-step program that we are as sick as our secrets. And for African descendants, collectively speaking, we most certainly seem to have a lot of secrets that we work to keep hidden, whether they are secrets that take place in our own individual lives, secrets that take place in our family lives and our family dynamics and interactions, secrets that happen in the community, when community members refuse to give up information that they may have that could lead to the arrest of another member in the community. So it's like that no snitching policy that happens on the communal level, and that no snitching policy then supports secrets. And then also on the societal level, we are plagued by secrets, and it's sort of like it's sort of this culture, European style of thinking and behaving in the world is one where they have set the stage for secrets to be the norm within the broader society. And we certainly know that those government leaders and so forth certainly have a tremendous amount of secrets that they keep from the people. Some of those secrets include religious fascination, rituals in those secret religious societies. And that kind of leads to, spiritually, I think about the secret or what seems to be the secret that African descendants would do well to remember, many people suggest. And I have a sense of belief in knowing that it's likely to be true in terms of who we are truly, spiritually. That seems to be a big secret amongst and within the African collective mindset and communities wherever we are on the planet. And so secrets, certainly we are as sick as our secrets, and because those things are hidden from us, it leads to people experiencing adversity and or victimization. And those are the type of secrets that I am most interested in exposing. Those secrets whereby I have experienced harm in some of those relationships, family, communal, societal, as well as exposing my own individual shit and secrets where I cause myself harm. Because when people are being harmed, that is a time when we want to expose what is going on if we are going to practice and live a system of justice in Ma'at. Then the secret must be exposed. The shit must be externalized. You have to get it up out of you, you know. And we, however, are certainly socialized to maintain and keep secrets. So much so, it's like, you know, dealing in interactions and relationships with each other. When we have relationships with each other where we experience joy, happiness, and, you know, harmony, then it is okay and everybody supports you with telling that story of, yeah, I hooked up with this particular brother, this particular sister, and this is what they did, and this is what they said, and it felt really good, and I was impressed, and it was great, yada, yada. And that's supported. However, when and if people begin to say, yeah, I had an experience with so-and-so, and this is what they did, and this is what they said, and it was not, I was not happy at all. It was really hurtful. I was confused, I was angry, and I was hurt. And, you know, I want to let people know because it really hurt. When those stories are shared, people begin to, oh, why you want to, you know, put the brother down? Why you want to put the sister down and you hate? And, oh, well, that's your personal stuff. I don't want to hear about that. Or you need to get over that. Or that hurt. Why would that hurt? And it's like, that's the sick world that we live in. At the same time, we have laws established in the society to promote justice, to assure that people are not harmed, and that when people are harmed, that they receive some sort of compensation. Yeah, how can they receive compensation if you can't even tell the story without someone shoving it back at you? And on top of shoving it back at you, they are also causing you more harm by, that's just an abuse of power, because I have the power to say to someone, oh, I'm really sorry that happened, or you're stupid, you shouldn't have put yourself in that situation. I have the choice and the power to choose what words you say out of my mouth and how I respond to people. And when someone has shared with me such a personal gift as to share their experiences of harm, because it takes a lot of courage, especially in the context of the system that we live in, and the messages that prevail within this system related to sharing stories whereby you've been harmed. And it's just the damnedest thing when you consider that African descendants the world over are being harmed ungodly. Yes, on the communal level, in our families and in our individual lives, as well as by the broader societal system as well. And you know, I'm like, as I work my program of recovery and I work to learn to break out of those molds and those memes that suggest to me it's not okay for me to tell people where it hurt and how it hurt and who did it, even, you know, sometimes it comes out who did, and it's like, why, because here's the kicker with that. Even if we could tell our stories, but we have to, when we've been harmed by a person, we have to maintain their anonymity. Don't use their name and don't say that it was them. We maintain their secret that they were able, willing, and did in fact cause harm to another member in the community. So we keep that secret. We don't tell that the brother, you know, kind of date raped me. You know, I'm not going to say anything about that because people are going to say it was my fault that I was with the brother when he raped me. We went and I, you know, was under the understanding that we were going to be building. He was sharing some information and material, or we were going to be working on this project, that is conference planning or something that's coming up. And we were going to be working on that, and you know, I went to his spot because at my spot the kids was there and the babysitter was there. You know, things happen. Does that give him the right to then advance and, you know, rape? the sister, and the sister won't tell because people will say it's my fault, or I don't want to put the brother's business out there, so we protect his secret, and we most certainly remain sick as our secrets. It festers within our minds and souls. Now, that's not to say that when a terrible event happens to you and you're harmed, and of course, in terms of terror of the event, terrible event is a certain scale from low end to high end. It may have been just as simple as having been verbally abused, or as intense as having been sexually assaulted. It can go either way. Just made me, that triggered the memory of a sexual assault by a minister, a very well-known pastor in this city, and not just this city. He was from Chicago, and see, he's recently made his transition, and then the next message is, oh, we don't speak bad of the dead. It's like, so I had to maintain that secret all these years of what he did. Now, I was going to say, it's not to say that it's something that you sit and you think about constantly and consistently. It's triggered at different times, depending on many factors that it may, the memory surfaces. Because that's what happens when things, the memories surface, but the memories don't stay at the top of your mind all the time. But again, it depends on the intensity of the event, the significance of it, the time frame that it happened in your life, and what other things are going on in your life at that time. Because if you are also experiencing other instances of loss or insecurity, and then you have this type of terrible event happen, let's say it was just a verbal assault, that verbal assault begins to feel much heftier in context of the rest of your life and lived experience. And so to greater or lesser degrees. So, that's kind of how that process happens. And
but I could never make a brother a victim to keep the slave master chasing.